Most developing cities, especially of the third world countries, face a lot of water problems. As many people are attracted to the economic and touristic activities of such cities, most of the time, water is less estimated for these people. The two major growing cities of Cameroon face water problems to some extent, though government, the communities, and individuals at different levels have fought to make sure that water is there for the people at these cities. Water is the most important component for the survival of man. An adult human consumes at least 2 liters of water daily. The consumption of water by man, which he must do, could even turn out more dangerous if the water he consumes is not pure or affected in one way or the other. Contaminated water causes so many killer diseases, which means a city could have water, but if not properly treated, could even be more dangerous to its inhabitants. Cholera, which is the most dangerous of waterborne diseases, has had a few outbreaks in the city of Douala recently. Other diseases associated with contaminated water include typhoid, diarrhea, dysentery, belly upset, fungi, and others. These diseases caused by water, not well treated, could lead to very dangerous repercussions if care is not taken on time. Most of the water consumed by the inhabitants of the city of Douala, which is our point of interest, is dug from the ground. Well water, which is mostly used by the commoners who are the majority of the society, is the most common. This is the salt water used in the very populated neighborhoods in the city of Douala. Those who do the wells, usually without any expertise or experience, do not take into consideration the area from which they are digging from. Some shallow wells have their sources from toilets which are found just by their locations. Some people with little knowledge of the movement of the water table sometimes tend to consume directly from wells without any sort of purification. So, it's very likely that if someone with a waterborne disease like cholera defecates in a toilet not far away from such a well, the risk extends slightly to the wells and those consuming from these wells. Apart from the salt wells, there are some wells that people have dug a bit deeper than the level of the shallow wells with special machines. They dig to the level far from human defecation and sewage disposal. They also attach to the pipes some purification machines to make the water purer. This process is termed furage in an agreeable parlance in the city of Douala. This mostly constructed by the well-to-do for a general home use. In most cases, has an outlet to the public. It is from these outlets that most Douala city dwellers have their drinkable water from. Major rule of the furage source of water is that it must be flowing so as to leave the catchment less contaminated. This is the reason why most forage usually have an outlet that the locals turn to consume. It is at this outlet that most Douala city dwellers collect their drinkable water. This is where it's been collected from this neighborhood.
You could be lucky to be living in a neighborhood where there is a generous rich man who allows neighbors carry water from his forage. We don't have any problems because we have one around us. But it is just the distance. It could be far from where you live, as well as it could be near to your home. It's just a matter of luck. Though we do not know if this water is drinkable, we are left with no choice but to consume it, since it is the cleanest source of water we have around.
We use forage because we not get plenty pump there for here. We not get means to get the pump. Now why that forage be every now he don't take the whole place. Any where the bee house and anyway get forage. Now the why that we decide for to use the forage and for go begin work out distance for find pump for carrier. So we see and say now it be fine because now where they can they ever talk say sometimes this what they call a spring or now waiting now they ever be fine for drink or that one. So we don't come meet them for here. It be plenty everywhere. Now we prefer for the user than for the waka distance. So we don't get any problem for them because it be clean. It's not dirty like that snake.
Water is also supplied through mains into houses from Calm Water. Calm Water is a part state-owned company that provides water to the houses of the city dwellers of Douala. The water that gets home is not just for human consumption, but for sewage disposals and home cleaning. More, in the past, this sort of water in the city of Douala came sometimes not too pure. Some of the mains or pipes have gone rusted. It is worse when the flow is cut for some time and later on let out to flow. The first quantities that come out is visibly brown and not pure. This is all in the case for those who see water from such mains at all. There are so many neighborhoods in the city that water is very irregular. Sometimes water comes for an hour in 3 days. People have turned to buy huge jugs to collect the water when it finally comes. Makepe, Lokpom, and Bonamusari, which are the most populated residential areas of Douala, suffer this most.
Here in Makepe, we only drink water from the forage, and this is because snake water hardly flows. It could be up to 2 weeks without water flowing from our taps. As a result, our only option is to drink water from the forage. Some people say water from snake is better than water from the forage, while others say the forage water is preferable to snake water. But from the length of time that I've consumed snake water, I can conclude that snake water is not very good for consumption.
C'est pas bien. Mais si l'eau de la snake, quand même bien.
Concerning potable water, we always have problems with the flow of snake water. And even when it starts flowing, it is usually very dirty. And even when we try filtering or treat it is still not good to consume. That is why we prefer consuming water from the forage. We only use snake water for cleaning and washing of dresses.
Particulièrement moi, j'utilise beaucoup d'eau de forage parce que vraiment l'eau de la snake.
I personally consume water from the forage because to me snake water is very dirty. I'm sure these illnesses that people talk about, like cholera, come from snake water. And even though some people say forage water is not properly treated, I prefer to consume it. But the truth is, even though some are not well treated, but we are left with no choice to consume it because they are more reassuring to consume compared to snake water, which is brown in the eyes at times. I prefer to die drinking water from the forage, even if I'm not sure of the treatment, because it's clean, than to consume snake water. My advice to snake is that they should try and treat their water well, because even though some people say it is well treated, I cannot consume it because it's brown.
Moi je préfère même mourir avec l'eau du forage parce que c'est moins clair, mais il est bien vrai que c'est clair, certains ne sont pas traités, mais on a au moins une idée que bon, peut-être comme c'est clair là, ça peut être potable. Parce que quand vous voyez une eau qui est totalement marron, vraiment vous-même à notre part, vous ne pouvez pas la consommer. Donc vraiment et surtout les tracasseries avec ces gens-là, avoir de l'eau aussi avec eux, ce n'est pas facile. Alors qu'on ne va pas de loin chercher cette eau, elle est là. Franchement, ce que je conseille vraiment à Sinex surtout, c'est d'améliorer les eaux et de vraiment la traiter parce que l'eau là vraiment, elle est vraiment sale. Parce qu'une eau qui est marron, on ne peut pas dire que parce qu'elle est traitée, ça doit être marron que les gens doivent boire, qu'elle est potable. L'eau là est sale. Je suis sûr de moi que cette eau est sale.
The snake only will carry, and when you carry snake, you put it inside pocket, like the pocket be white. You after some 30 minutes, you want to carry the under of the pocket or it be red. Or the under means that the water get for settle before you drink. Meanwhile, where the forage, if you carry it immediately and you drink it at the immediate moment that you have carried the water. So now the rider will decide for choose that one for becoming drinker. Because when you carry that pump, you open the pocket for drinker, you know if you get the interest for drinking the pump.
I don't have a choice when it comes to drinking water here in Douala. I consume tangy and even snake water. I do not choose. It doesn't bother me. As you can see, I'm presently drinking tangy. Snake water. I do not choose. It doesn't bother me. As you can see, I'm presently drinking tangy. I'm already used to drinking forage water because we have a tap which hardly flows. At times we are even surprised to see it flowing because it hardly flows and it's very dirty when it flows. Sometimes cook. But if it is for drinking, we only consume forage water. What baffles me is that we always have very high water bills at the end of the month.
Il n'y a pas d'eau potable à Douala. Puisque les robinets même ne coulent pas.
There is no good drinking water here in Douala because our taps hardly flow. We only consume water from forage, which is what you see me selling. I think forage water is very reassuring, and what we should do is to try and increase the quality.
Et c'est un peu la meilleure qualité. Si on pouvait augmenter à faire les forages, c'est bien. Pour l'eau un peu contrôlée par rapport à l'eau de la Sinex. C'est pour ça que nous on vend que ça.
Non, je bois moi l'eau de fontaine. Donc je ne peux pas vendre ce que moi je ne bois pas.
I consume snake water, and it's what you see me selling. I can only sell what I drink. I'm positive snake water is well treated and very good for consumption, even though some say it is not.
Non. Il y a quelle eau ici à Bepanda? Il y a quelle eau à Bepanda?
The city dwellers of Douala have started smiling, and there are signs that they would soon smile more. For about 2 years now, the water from the camp water mains are increasingly getting cleaner day by day. For about 3 years also, a Chinese company by the order of government is preserving a water catchment that has already started supplying water to some areas of Douala. This catchment, which is about 10 kilometers from the city of Douala, is the Mongo River on the way to the southwest region. They have dug and feed huge pipes from the catchment to other smaller catchments of the city, and then for domestic use. The Chinese company has also built modern purification machines to make sure that the water will be good for human consumption.
À propos de l'eau que je consomme l'eau de snake.
I consume snake water because I think the quality has been well improved. And to me, what should be done is to make it available to all parts of Douala. We should not lack water because we are surrounded by water here in Douala.
L'eau soit accessible à tous dans la capitale économique. Parce qu'on ne peut pas vivre dans l'eau et manquer de l'eau à boire.
Apart from all this, the general process of getting drinkable water in this city is not easy. Some people live on the sale of water to the public. Those containers you see there don't carry water from the water companies with the trademarks on them. The containers are already used containers which are sold for 25 francs after use. So water from a nearby forage, as the local catchment are fondly called, could be filled and resold for 100 francs CFA.
Il y a ceux qui viennent avec des puits, d'aucuns qui sont là pour peut-être avoir une bonne réserve pour la famille. Il y a également ceux qui revendent l'eau à l'extérieur, donc là où on trouve un peu partout, là, c'est ici.
Les bouteilles, on les trouve dans les restaurants, dans les hôtels.
We find these bottles in restaurants and hotels and even in some homes. When they have been used in these hotels and restaurants, we buy them and later wash them with disinfectant to ensure that they are properly clean before putting water in them to start selling in packs. We sell a pack of water for 600 francs and sometimes 500 francs, but a bottle is 100 francs.
L'eau et mettre dans les palettes.
Many people are involved in this activity. Sometimes they sell it cold to thirsty passerbys, while at times people come to buy huge quantities for family use.
Une palette d'eau, c'est de 600 à 500, puisque la bouteille c'est 100 francs. Donc la palette d'eau.
We have many customers, and there are some customers who ignorantly want to pay 2,400 francs for a pack, but we always let them know that what we sell is not mineral water, which is being sold for 2,400 francs a pack.
Et les clients maison savent déjà que non, la palette c'est 500 francs au lieu de 600 francs. On a souvent eu beaucoup de clients qui viennent. Parfois, ils prennent 2400 litres d'eau. Bon, nous quand même, on fait les efforts ici d'être honnête avec les clients. Quand tu viens, parce qu'on sait que coûte que tu vas aller découvrir là-bas que non, ça ce n'est pas l'eau minérale.
Donc, quand tu viens, même si tu confonds, on fait les efforts. Par rapport d'abord au prix qu'on te donne, toi-même tu vas te rendre compte que vraiment ce n'est pas l'eau minérale. Puis c'est l'eau minérale, la bouteille coûte 400 francs. Celle-ci, nous on laisse la bouteille à 100 francs. Donc il y a d'abord une très grande différence.
Another source of public use water, which was recently introduced to Douala but is gaining plenty grounds, is the sachet water popularly called pure water. This salt water comes from many sources depending on the individuals collecting and selling them. There are very few authorized factories producing sachet water, but there are so many illegal fabricators who packet it locally with many bizarre methods. After all, one must consume water to survive. It is always advisable to be sure of the water that we consume daily in Douala, because many have lost their lives from contaminated water that they consumed just from anywhere. Be sure that your water is good. At least boil it to kill all the germs in it. If you intend to travel to the cities of Douala and Yaoundé, keep some money for your drinkable water, because it is sold even in cups.